What's up, everybody? I'm Flash. This is One Man's Opinion, the show where we cover just about everything. And today, Geoff, a few days ago, dropped You Don't Mess Around with Jim, a cover from, and I hope I'm saying this name right, Jim Croce? It may be Jim Croce. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce the artist's name. It's not a song that I'm super familiar with. I know I've heard it, but if you asked me, I could probably only tell you a little bit of the chorus. That part I am familiar with, and I remember hearing maybe as a child, but it's not one that I'm overly familiar with. So this will be kind of a fresh reaction going in, and one that I won't be able to compare to the original quite as much as I usually do when I'm doing these. But an interesting thing going into this is it looks like we have 5 Geoffs this time. Typically we only get 4 Geoffs or the solo Geoff. This time we got 5 Geoffs. So you guys will have to fill me in on who the 5th Geoff is, because I know you guys have got all the different names and the different spellings of Geoff. So let me know in the comments down below the name of this mystery 5th Geoff here. But let's get right into it. I'm looking forward to it. This is a fun song, and I think Geoff's going to knock it out of the park, let's be honest. Look at the dude in his tank top, too. My man is ready to play.
Uptown's got its hustlers, the Bowery's got its bums, and 42nd Street's got Big Jimmy Walker. He's a pool shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he's big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, you know they all call him Big Jim Boss, just because.
I feel like I've mentioned this on songs before, but one reason I really prefer older music to what you get nowadays is old songs had this way of telling a story. And it didn't matter if it was like in the country music genre or if it was rock and roll or blues or wherever you went. Music told a story 90% of the time. Nowadays, you don't get that nearly as often. Sometimes you still do, and if you follow the right bands, you may still find people who make that kind of music. But so often now, songs aren't really about anything more than like generic, you could just plug things in like country music, you know, it's going to talk about beer trucks and women, you know, depending on what genre you're in, they're just going to plug in generic things for that genre, and that's the song you're going to get. Old music told a story, man, and that's what I love about this. Geoff is a fantastic storyteller when he not only with his singing and with his vocals, but it's the way he presents the story so often. So I love to see that from him.
Just because. And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
Hold up. South Alabama, Roll Tide. Yeah, right there you got the chorus. That's the part I'm most familiar with right there. And I love the thought of messing around with Big Jim. You know, that is as crazy as tugging on Superman's cape. You know, he throws out all these sayings, these phrases that people are familiar with, and then he says, and you don't mess around with Jim. That's like, it's known. It's just a known fact.
South Alabama, come a country boy. He said, I'm looking for a man named Jim. I am a pool shooting boy, my name is Willie McCoy, but down home they can call me Slim. Said I'm looking for the king of 42nd Street. He's driving a drop-top Cadillac. You know he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. Everybody sing Jack, don't you know?
All right, so we got a story of revenge. Jack, Slim, man, he's coming to town, and he's looking to take on Big Jim. Big Jim's not a very smart guy, but he's a good pool player, okay? And so now we got Slim coming into town. A story of revenge, a tale of regaining what he's lost right here.
Jack, don't you know? You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you
don't mess around with Jim. You don't mess around with Jim.
Fell over the pool room, and Jimmy come bopping in off the street. And when the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the sole on the big man's feet. Yeah, he was.
It looks like, to me, that these 5 Jeffs this time are, the other 4 are only here for more of a background support, that they're not really getting a whole lot of the vocal action here. It's just our main Geoff right here up front. Also, very little going on in the background of this one. The background, costumes, lighting, these are things I usually touch on a little bit that add a little bit of an element to the story. This time, very, very simple. There's not been a whole lot of lighting change. The background's been the same. The costumes are all the same throughout, and that may signify that these aren't the 4 Jeffs that we're used to. Instead, perhaps these are just reflections of Geoff himself showing up to do the background vocals here, which is, you know, that's good by me. But yeah, not a whole lot going on in the background, not a lot of extra stuff here, and I think that is just another way that Geoff is choosing to put the story and the vocals ahead of the visual spectacle in this song in particular, which I think is actually a pretty smart move. Again, this is one of those songs that tells a story, that has an interesting outcome, you know, that sort of thing. He wants you to be focused on what's going on in the song, and maybe not so much as what's going on in the background or with the lighting, those sort of things in this particular case. I think that's a smart move on his part.
On the big man's feet.
Hang on, let's go back.
Yeah, he was. Hush fell over the pool room, and Jimmy come bopping in off the street. And when the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the sole on the big man's feet. Yeah, he was cutting about 100 places, and he was shot in a couple more.
Oh, Slim, man, he wasn't interested in playing pool. He was getting his money back another way. He was not about to play pool against this dude. He wasn't nothing like that. He was coming here to get his money back in another way.
And you better believe they sung a different kind of story when Big Jim hit the floor. Woo. Now they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit in the wind, you don't pull the mask.
Let me just say, man, Geoff's voice is so good. It is so good, man. Listen.
Don't tug on Superman's cape.
I like this part because you don't have near as much going on in the background right here. You can focus more on just the vocals.
Say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit in the wind.
He's got that sultry, deep voice, man. It just pulls you in. Before you know it, you're just a part of it, you know? You're just a wheel in the cog, man. It's so good.
Pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. Come on.
You don't mess around with Slim, okay? All right, everybody thought you ain't messing around with Jim? No, you don't mess around with Slim. When Slim comes to town, man, Slim is getting his money back. And you better believe it, dude. Dude messed up Big Jim.
Tug on Superman's cape, you don't into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger.
And guess what?
Don't mess around with Slim.
Ooh! Oh, and he held it. And he held it. How long? He held it.
Don't mess around with Slim.
Man alive, dude. Holy cow. Well done, man. That was crazy. Good job, Geoff. That was very good. I really enjoyed that.
Thanks for watching. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to some of the folks that helped make
Solid
these videos
cover.
possible. And keep
Awesome cover there by Geoff. Really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed Geoff's cover. Let me know what you guys thought about this cover. If it was something you enjoyed, if you preferred the original, maybe you're a little more familiar with it than I am. You can leave those comments down below. If there were some like major differences that I didn't catch because I wasn't quite as familiar, be sure to let me know about that too. I'll probably go back and listen to the original again now just to kind of get myself to know that if I missed anything or not, to be expecting it from your comments. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me as always. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. We're approaching 2,000 subs. Huge landmark for a small channel like mine, so thank you guys so much. Every like, every comment means the world to me. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. This has been One Man's Opinion. Thanks.